Testing, testing, testing. Okay, I think it's working. I think it is finally working. I'm just gonna go through and check and make sure. So just as something of an explanation for those of you who may have been waiting around, we had an internet outage locally. Conveniently timed, of course. Let me see. Let's open up the Restream chat app. Okay, it says 3 to 3, so we got 22 of you on right now, so... Oh, week waiting for my stream. Oh, you are too kind. Oh, good. It's good to see that, like, Facebook is on. It looks like YouTube might be having some issues. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. This morning has been crazy trying to get the internet up and running again. And it has driven me nuts. Okay, good. Looks like Twitch is working. Sweet. Alright. I think we're just gonna call it. Hopefully YouTube is working. I'm not seeing it at the moment, but you know, whatever. Whatever. Okay. Cool. So how is everybody today? Let's see. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead. So last time I played with kind of this idea of, yeah, he's too shouldered, but I played with this idea for the monthly sculpt challenge, the monthly design challenge. Need this to be like a lot thinner. So the monthly design challenge is something that there's a Facebook group called No Spare Time because let's face it, none of us have spare time. But on the off chance that we do have spare time, I wanted to get, just wanted to make some sort of activity out of it, like make it something that somebody could have fun and grow on, whatever. So started doing this no spare time design challenge. Every month there's a new theme, and this month the theme is A Midsummer Night's Horror. And I think that this kid's looking too old. Let's make him smile. Let's just make him a smiley zombie. I was thinking actually about going through and trying something different. This is what we had started the last stream. And it was kind of an interesting, fun idea that I had for my design challenge piece. Let's do like a Twitter profile for an undead boyfriend. Not Twitter. What's that? So eyelids, I'm thinking about possibly making the eyes, like maybe taking them and saying, oh shoot, let's see. Thinking about taking them and doing something like this. Let's see. Let's turn on symmetry. Let's make sure we got local symmetry turned on. We're gonna make sure that those are centered. Let's shrink that down. Because I'm thinking about going really cartoony with it, so I may or may not even have eyelids on this guy. I want to have like these big round eyes. I gotta really play with some shapes here, because I'm like, I got to the point today where it's like I don't particularly like what I had going on last time. For those of you who were around last time, I was originally thinking about going somewhat more realistic with it. But you guys kind of convinced me otherwise. I think what needs to happen, let's take the cheekbone like way back. See, like a lot of what happens when you're going through and designing something is that it'll get messy and then it'll get clean and then it'll get messy and then it'll get clean and then it'll get etc, 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 right? So right now what I'm looking for, I'm trying to possibly try out some Cartoon Network style shapes. So far it's not working. Let's give them a little bit more. Shrink them down. Let's play with this. You wouldn't let it near your kids for sure. Okay, let's play with some strengthening these planes a little bit better. Okay, I'm just trying to kind of design this guy. I'm trying to figure out kind of how and where and what. And it's funny, is like a lot of times you'll go through and you're working on a design. In fact, let's do this. Let's say polygroups, auto groups. Okay, that way we make sure that each piece has its own polygroup. And then we can go geometry, mirror and weld, so that way it's symmetrical and both of the ears have the same polygroup. Okay. Yeah, this is the kind of kid that he was nice when he was living, but now that he's undead, not letting him anywhere near my daughter. Okay, let's boost this up a little bit. Really want to see them used to be pearly whites when I put them in there. Okay, do something like that. thinking, so let's do something like that. Okay, and then with deformation, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, what does offset do? Oh, nope, I don't want that. Okay, so I want to go ahead and use inflate. Just kind of puff them up a little bit. In fact, let's do this. Yeah, it's looking kind of cool. I could dig that. Let's see how it goes. Hey guys, Jamie, dude. It's good to know that that YouTube is working. Okay. So I want to kind of like point up the inside of the mouth. It's a term that we use at work to be able to talk about, you know, like working on little, you know, cleaning up details and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. It's hard to get inside the mouth to sculpt. So a quick trick, you can come down to display properties, hit flip, and there you go. You can work on it as if it's the inside of the, as if it's the outside of the mesh. Okay, so really, really nice. Okay, I'm just gonna go through here, sculptress mode will turn off. Okay. So we're just gonna come in here and add a little bit of volume, kind of smooth out that surface a bit. This is probably close enough for what I need. How's the top? Let's give the top a little bit more depth. Oops. It's a little bit too much right there. Too close to the lip. Okay. So the idea is to create kind of, you know, a lip. So what we're doing is we're trying to figure out, okay, so this needs to have a good round mass to it in order for it to work. Hey, Tenchi Voodoo. That's a cool username. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip it back. Oh, I'm going to need to make sure everything's visible, then we can flip it back. So yeah, now the inside of the mouth is, you know, it's something we can work with. So now that that's visible again, let's come through here. I'm going to work on shaping this a little bit. Give that more of a clean curve going in there. So is anybody else joining the challenge on Facebook? No spare time? Anybody else doing anything? I know that at the beginning of the month there were a couple of people that submitted designs. You know, a buddy of mine from Tunisia submitted a design of a bat that he did, which is pretty cool. It's on the Facebook page. So if you would like to see it, go to Facebook and search for No Spare Time Design Challenge, or you could probably just search No Spare Time and you'll find it there. It's pretty groovy, and it is it's just a fun way to kind of work your brain, you know. get yourself thinking some other way. Let's see, I'm gonna want, let's do that. Oh, that's way more powerful than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Let's give him a little dip there to his lip. Okay, at this point we could turn them into kind of whatever we'd like to do. So what I'm working on right now is different from what I'll be working on at the end of the stream. So the way that I want to, I mean, I'll probably work on this for another 10, 15 minutes or so. Maybe. Maybe a little longer. We'll have to see. I had internet problems today, so it was kind of a pain. But essentially what I'll be doing is I have this design challenge that I issue every month on my Instagram, on my Facebook. There's a Facebook group called No Spare Time. So if you go and look it up, you'll see the theme. We've started having a couple of people post about like their design, which has been fun to see. Uh-oh. There we go. That'll work. You see, let's go ahead, let's split it. So what you want to do go join the challenge. It's all just for fun, so it's not anything that you'll get critiqued on unless you want feedback. Then you can specifically request it and whatnot, and people likely chime in. It's just supposed to be something totally for fun. Yeah, it's like nobody's told me yet how bad my sculpts are. So okay, let's go in here. Let's work on these ears, kind of flush them out a little bit. It's funny, there was an interview I was listening to, James Corden, I think, and some vocalist, and she was talking about how she never knows what the actual phrase is for flesh out, flush out, and technically I think they're both phrases. They're both valid phrases in English. I think that the original term, that would be a good one to know. Is it flesh out or flush out? Let's have everybody kind of chime in. Is it flesh out or flush out? Let's play with some shape here. There's too much of a shape variance here. I want to get it to be more shape driven. So like I said, kind of going more into like a Cartoon Network or a Nickelodeon sort of style. It's all for fun, so so whatever. After this, what we'll be doing, what we'll be working on, is I'll be diving into Michael J as in Michael Jackson, or Michael J. Fox, or let's see, trying to figure out how to make it so that he feels less old. And maybe it's a matter of making the jaw not so square, or not so long. Maybe it's the fact that it's too long. I don't know if that's better or worse. It's better. I'll have to play with it. Maybe it's just too blocky. Because I want him to feel like he could be high school student. Let me see. If you guys have suggestions on what you think might make him feel younger, or that right age, you know, like Kevin Bacon sorta. That's a stretch. Let me see. I gotta clean up these shapes. Gotta figure out what it is I want to do. What, like that's always kind of the tricky thing, is figuring out kind of like what your design intent is, and then how do you support that with shape language, with design, rhythm, and all those different design principles, repetition. I think right now, I think this cheekbone's trying too hard. Man, I want to go to the zoo. That sounds like fun. Well, so he's supposed to be undead, so zombie, you know, so trying to keep that in mind. But I don't know, maybe it's worthwhile to make it so that he does have rounder cheeks. Okay, let's turn that hair back on. He needs teeth for sure. Man, I keep getting these funny little freckles. Can pull them out. Make them feel like warts. Makes them feel more zombie-like. Dang, I hate that that happens. Huh, somehow those got joined. Fantastic. Okay, let's just own it then. Okay, I think maybe his neck is a little bit. No, you're totally all right. Like let's make his neck and his shoulders feel less manly. I think that'll make it feel younger. Seems like everybody around here has a little yappy dog. Let me see. I'm not liking this high point right here. Let's play with that. Let's take this forehead forward a little bit. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I got an idea. Okay, let's see. Hey Lupus Pato, how you doing? Lupus Pato. So is that like a were-duck? Kind of a cool idea. Attack of the were-ducks. Okay, let's give him some sort of teeth and stuff. And let's get the eyebrows. Let's rename them. Eyebrows. That's a mistake, and I'm gonna leave it. Q mesh, all polygons. Oh boy, so last night or the other night, I guess, I started making a mold of my shark desk pet. Let me show you the big one. Yes, it will be a zombie. So, oh, come on, get in there. There we go. So there's my shark. Okay, super cool. It's really fun to see this like in my hands. So much fun. What I'm going through and doing is I have a smaller version of this, more about this big instead of this big. It's a little more than half the size of this. I'm going to be making copies and taking them to Lightbox Expo next week. So if you find me there, you come and you can buy one from me. It'd be great. I'm also going to have a variant with a pacifier to have Baby Shark. Of course, he comes with his ice cream thought bubble. So yeah, again, it'll be this big instead of this big, but yeah, same thing. and the Baby Shark, I'm only doing a limited run on those because I'm doing them myself. So if you're interested in that, come find me. I'll also have all sorts of other things at the expo. I'll have like stickers. Okay. I'll have all sorts of things. Got a little fish pop button. So yeah, if you're interested in that sort of stuff, come find me. I'll have it. I'll have that stuff available and ready to buy. So come and play. No, it's really fun. I'm really excited about it. There have been a lot of people asking about it on Instagram. So I feel pretty good about it and how everything will go. So yeah, if you're interested in watching progress or watching, seeing how it goes with Lightbox or anything else, professionally, personally, whatever, feel free to give me a follow. I'm on Instagram as Smartist, SMAARTIST. Just a serendipitous combination of my initials and artist. Hi Nin, how you doing? Just gonna kind of give this like a little bit of a loop up or something. Coming down with a cold. It's a terrible time to come down with a cold because this is a holiday weekend for us here in the States, which means that I actually get a day off. Since I'm a contracted employee at Disney, I'm kind of forced to have a day off. Otherwise, they have to pay me more. But me see, I want that to be rounder. Cool. Okay, let's give him some sort of teeth. As I'm here still playing with the nose. If anybody asks if Steven can self-manage, quick. Let's see, solo that out. Geometry crease. Always yes. Okay, so now we've got these smooth eyebrows. Smooth, right? Anyway. Whatever. I just want to make sure that that has enough resolution so that it doesn't look all weird. Let's give his eyes more of a U shape. I'm like going way further on this than I anticipated and than I intended, but yeah, today's the last day of the month and I want to be able to finish on my design challenge piece. I find it to be funny. Cool. Teeth, before I don't do them. Okay, I have a special IMM Primitives brush. John, dude! Okay, so John Foley, who just got on, or is it Foley? You're gonna have to tell me, Foley or Foley? He just commented on YouTube. A good friend of mine from ArtStation Challenge Camaraderies. He just got a really cool like honorable mention award for his props in the King Arthur Challenge. Did this awesome set with the Excalibur and like a face mask, and oh man, it was cool. He was cool. He does some awesome stuff, and he did excellent work with the textures, the materials. It was beautiful. You can go check him out on ArtStation. If you need to know his spelling, just look in the comments above, and you can see his name right up there. Might be hard to see actually. Let's take the document, turn it to a gray real quick. Okay, so now you can see his name spelling up there. Go check him out. Go check him out. In fact, if you want, John, you're welcome to share a link. You have an invitation. In fact, if anybody wants to be able to kind of network and share and talk and whatnot, you're more than welcome to. I might be the one streaming, but these streams are all about community and connecting and just relaxing, having fun together. So let's really kind of pull on that. I'm having way too much fun, like tweaking the little things. I'm so stupid. Just so dumb. Yeah, dude, no problem. You did a fantastic job with your props. So props, dude. Shoot, I hate it when that happens. Let's get inflate. Then I'll have to re-sculpt the front side, more than likely. Let's turn my intensity up a bit. Oh, that looks terrible. What happened, dude? You've got like elephantitis in one spot of your ear. That'd be such a miserable thing to have, though. Elephantitis. Okay, let's kind of smooth that out. Okay, so teeth, right? Okay. So I have a special IMM brush. These IMM primitives, I went through and customized it so that it wasn't so stupid. No, I customized it so that it had the shapes in it that I want. Let's do something like that. rotate them, pop them into place. Okay. Split unmasked. Rename this teeth with 2 E's, not with an EA. Okay, let's do this. We're going to insert a loop here. We're going to grow each of them vertically just a little bit. And do something like that, maybe. 3D printing has been awesome. How you doing, Bella? Yeah, it's been tremendous. Like, it's been tremendous. I feel rather fortunate how well it's been going. So I have a Form 2 printer from Formlabs. It's a fantastic machine. Really, really nice. Something like that. Let's do something like that. Okay. Deformation. Let's give it a little bit of... Is that going to be too much? Yeah, that'll be good. Actually, I just printed something for a friend of mine who had taken Shane Olson's 3D character design workshop, and the print turned out super well. It turned out really, really nicely, and I'm about to send it to her in the next few days. Oh. So yeah, it was Corinne. Do you know Corinne Cook? Yeah, so like I do of course I'm going to the ZBrush Summit. Are you going to Lightbox, Bella? Aren't you up in the Bay Area? But yeah, so the sharks at no, it wasn't her skeleton model. It was her whatchamadiggit. It was a... Let's pull up my phone and show you a picture. I got a picture. Not that one. Need this. Is this one? So yeah, if you want to go check her out, she's on Instagram as Corinne _10x. So go check her out. Yeah, it was an awesome model. She did a really good job with it, and it printed really nicely too. She went through and she keyed it so that it would fit into the base, and yeah, it was really fun. It was really, really fun. Okay, polygroups, auto groups. Okay, I'm gonna take another 8 more minutes on this. Just so that I'm not taking like way too much time, because I want to get over and work on other things too. I want to work on my Candyland stuff a little bit. So I'll probably work for a little bit on rock work. We spent about an hour last time on rock work and sculpting that. This time, what we'll do, I won't spend quite as much time on rock work as I did last time, but oops, don't want that. But I do want to spend some time on it, so I'll probably spend maybe about a half hour up until 11 o'clock. And then after that we'll work on finishing up the posing on the purple character. Okay, I need these teeth to be a bit smaller. Transparent, we'll rotate them so that they're matching the jawline a little bit better. And then let's fix that a little bit. It's like there are all sorts of like little things. He needs braces. He absolutely needs braces. Okay. So what we're gonna do, gonna give his teeth a little bit of crookedness. Just because, you know, a zombie with braces, it's hilarious. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. To be able to make the braces, I'm just gonna go like this and boom, 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 boom. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a temporary polygroup. Yeah, let's do it down here. Okay. And then what I can do is I can go QMesh, single poly, okay, a vegan zombie. That's terrible. Why aren't I using symmetry? For interest. So at this point, because I'm doing teeth, and the teeth, you can see the teeth, you know, right next to each other, and I want them to feel kind of disheveled a little bit. I want them to I want them to feel a little bit off, a little bit crooked, so that when I put the braces on, they feel more organic, more hand sculpted. It's kind of an interesting thing here. Oops. Perfect. Okay. QMesh, polygroup all. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now we're going to come up here. Let's get some creasing in there. So now we can hit crease and that'll be good. Need to bevel these a little bit, because this will give me a couple of things. Okay, this will give me the opportunity to go ahead and use that top face to be able to create a the wire kind of going between the brackets. Let me see. Just trying to go through as quickly as possible. I don't feel like I'm in the mood yet to get over into my other sculpt, so hopefully you guys are okay with me just playing with this. ZModeler is huge for me. Like, I use this constantly at work. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and break it off. So if I start using the QMesh polygroup all for this, I can start to control all those, but if I hold control after I start dragging it out, you can see it breaks it off. Okay, so now I can go QMesh polygroup all. Oops. In fact, let's do it like this, because this will be a little bit easier to do. Sometimes you just got to go through and just hide the big parts, the parts you can get to more easily. Okay. So you see that now we got all these little parts there. Control W. By the way, if it's hard to see what it is that I'm doing, let me know. Okay, so now we got that. Okay, so now we got a bridge, 2 polys. I'm just going to go through and just plain and simple like that. Let's see, QMesh, ZModeler. This ZModeler brush is phenomenal and it is so helpful. It's definitely well worth the time playing around with it and learning how it works. Let me see, let's do insert edge loop right here, just for the sake of being able to get that. Let's go W, like control W to get all those. Let's get some creasing on there. Okay, so there's kind of like the blocking for our braces. That looks so painful. I do not envy this kid. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn symmetry on and pull that in. Let's play around with this some, give it some more warp. Okay, kind of refine it some. Okay. Go back to my IMM primitives. Let's do this. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead, let's give it some color. Color, fill object. Okay. I'm gonna make all the teeth the same poly group. Oops. I'm gonna make the wires the same poly group. I've already got the brackets as the same poly group. I'm not gonna worry about going through and doing Why aren't you doing cemetery? I'm undoing cemetery. Okay, so now that I've got the metal parts out, let's come over here. We're just gonna say color fill object. And it's a little too dark. That's a little bit better. I'm not going to worry about the rubber bands. Maybe I will at some other point, but he's fine for right now. Okay, let's kind of play with this a little bit. It's like whenever you're sculpting, you want to check things from multiple angles, make sure that everything's working. Your forms are nice, that everything's kind of, worked out. Okay. Color for this bloke. Let's give him kind of a sickly green. What do you think? Sickly green? You're right, perspective is not on. He definitely looks a lot younger now than how he did. Of course, how he looked wasn't very good. So I'm gonna have to stylize his ears a little bit, get that a little bit more shape. I feel like it's going somewhere, but it's not quite there yet. Anyway, let's see. Color, fill object. If anybody objects to that color, let me know. Okay, let's give it a little bit darker, a little bit more green or something like that. Color, fill object. And then let's go through, let's turn on standard, let's turn off. Let's get my RGB intensity way down, focal shift a little up. Just give them a little bit of poly paint in here. really like that color for the hair. So let's actually go through. We're gonna say MRGB. What does it look like with the startup material? That's too dark. That's too dark. Something like that. Let's do that. Fill object. No, I gotta take my RGB intensity up. Color fill object. Okay. Cool. So for this, let's experiment. So I want to take something like that. Color fill object. Yeah, let's actually use the mask circle. Let's do that. That's better. And that's got more of the look, cleaner, it's nicer, you know. So for let's do like a little highlight in here. And in fact, I like having the eyebrows kind of dark like that. So while I'm here, let's go ahead and just fill those. So I want to give the eyes a little bit of a highlight. So let's come on. Let's get my RGB on. Since it's symmetrical, I can add a little bit of like a shadow down here. Let's see, let's make it a little bit redder. Maybe add a little bit of something up here. Come over here, let's maybe make it a little bit more. I'm having fun, guys. I think you can probably tell that, but hopefully you guys are too. Let's turn off Z add for the smooth. I just want to smooth the color right now. It's something that I love about ZBrush is how personalized everything is. You can totally um, make everything exactly the way that you want it. And yeah, Bella, this is my own design, kind of designing as I go. You can see kind of how it evolves as I'm going along. If you go back to like the beginning of the stream, it's so terrible. Let me see, brush, auto masking, back face masking. This is super helpful. So what this does is this automatically masks off the back side of the mesh. It's really good for sculpting, like thin geometry and whatnot. Right here, I'm using it to make sure that I only paint one side of the mesh. Oh, I don't want that smooth. Okay. So now that made that quite a bit greener. It was like if you remember the tongue, I made the tongue really not green. So let's go through and kind of bring some of that back. Let's do some of this right here. Sounds like the kids are having fun downstairs. Try to bring back some of that, making it nice and sharp. Okay. Yeah, so we got some of this going on. Let's maybe bring some of this to the underside of these eyelids. Oh, I don't want to solo. Come on, transparent. So now the tongue. Let's go in here with that color. It's a bit too much. That's probably good. Yeah, it feels better. That's better. I like that better. Feels like it blends in better. Feels like it's more part of the design now. Ooh. Let's bring this in, bring that in, bring that in, bring it in here. Cool. Okay, so now he needs a t-shirt. And in fact, for that, what we can probably do, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to color this white. And then I need, let's use this. All I need to do is kind of get this out here, and I can bring it up and I can place it. Figure this out. mask that out. Oh, so excited. So, because I have experience with the Animation Guild um, through my time at DreamWorks, I get to take classes, and some of the classes that I get to take, like I have like a ZBrush class that I take every once in a while from Louis Tucci. You'll recognize him from the streams, and really cool guy, and it's a really fun, great opportunity. If any of you ever get an opportunity to join the Animation Guild, or any guild, it's definitely something to think about. You know, there are a lot of benefits to being unionized, and the benefits are all yours. You know, it's a huge protection for workers. I'm going to go ahead, I'm actually going to delete polyloop. Come on, you. There we go. There we go. Yeah, great health benefits, great everything. Wages and compensation, they're there to help kind of negotiate on your behalf and on behalf of everyone as a whole. Just an overall fantastic community. Split unmasked. Let's come down to this and we'll just tweak it. I want this to be sitting kind of on the top here. You know, as you do. So for this, let's actually take this, and actually I'm just going to take that color from the poly group. Where's color? Poly paint, colorize, poly paint, there we go. So that way it's got the color on it. Yeah, feels like he's from a pale purplish. That could be interesting. So Bella, when you're saying that you found out today there's a new PBR render called Bella, are you saying it's is it a render pass? Is it a render filter? What does that look like? Okay, now that it's almost 11 o'clock. Oh, so funny. Okay. kind of give this just a little bit of I like that. Cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, it's a little bit too strong. That's better though. Get a little bit more of a subtle curve there instead of like this huge like burger. You know what? It could be funny to go through and add like a couple little Yeah, I don't like that. I was thinking like maybe make it so that it feels like it's what's it called? Like facial hair. But it wasn't working. Okay, let me see. A new spectral, physically based renderer. Diffuse Logic has recently revealed a new render engine called Bella. Oh, it's a plugin for Maya. Cool, so you can control the lenses and the cameras, get beauty renders. Yeah, guys, go check out that link that Bella posted up. That's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little render engine there. Yeah, congratulations. Let's go Control W. I need to change my masking type. Okay, cool. So, what I want to do don't want those, don't want those, don't want those, don't want those. Okay. What I do want is to take this and kind of move it forward. Let's see if that works. Hey, you know what? That kind of works. I think that'll work. that up so that it's not. Let's see. Gotta give this guy some attitude, some personality. Sounds like somebody stopped having fun. So somebody comes barging in. Okay, let me do this. We're gonna say color. Oh, we want to take the RGB intensity down. In fact, let's bring that back. Just to make it so that they're more muted and more harmonized. We have the RGB intensity down really low, and we just go to color and we just kind of fill object a few times, and that helps to kind of bring the colors in together a little bit. I'm going to need to do similar sort of thing with these teeth. These teeth are too nice. So we're just going to go color and fill object a few times. That's nice. Okay. So okay, cool. Okay. One last thing that I want to add would be, let's see, let's get this topology brush going out here. Oops. Need to go over here like this, boom, like that, and boom, like that. Subtool, split, unmasked, deformation. We need to inflate. Okay, let's get something like this. RGB, okay, color, fill object. Okay, so now what we gotta do, I might just work on this the whole time, guys. I'm feeling it. Sounds like I might want to go and help out my wife real quick. I am going to go and help my wife real quick. It sounds like the kids are having a bit of a meltdown. So I'm going to go and help, and I will be back in a few minutes. Okay. Let's go through, let's save that. Okay, we're back. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, he's turning out pretty fun so far. I'm enjoying him. I'll probably have to look up some reference. Right now what I'm making is Letterman jacket. That's really weird. Ah, ha, 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 I see what happened. Mirror and weld. That's not what I want. Is it there? If I uncrease this edge, looks like there's an extra little something there. Okay, so here's what we got to do to get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that. And you can see there's a little phantom something there hanging out. So just invert that, delete hidden, and now we're good. So you see the process on that? That was really kind of a just a quick trick. So what I did is I I brought the points that I needed to merge together as close to the center as I could. Then I hit mirror and weld, and then I went ahead and I hid the polygons that I wanted to keep, which is really easy because there aren't very many of them. So you could see just the sliver of stuff that I wanted to get rid of. Control Shift drag to be able to invert that, and then geometry, modified topology, delete hidden to be able to clean it up. So now we're all good now. All right. So yeah, creating this Letterman jacket. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Let's kind of make this so that it's a good width here. And maybe we'll just take this down so that it's good. So we get a good width and good length. Insert that. Insert or extrude poly loop. Okay, so right here, what I want to do, I don't want all of these down here. I just want the ones that are like up top. Yeah, so probably like from right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Q mesh, single poly. Boom. It's gone. But I don't want to get rid of that bottom one. Don't want to get rid of that bottom one. So let's just do this. We'll just say delete. It was about to be so much easier. Okay, so we're going to say flip faces, single poly, and we'll just flip these. So you see it looks like they're disappearing there, but they're actually just somehow that activated Siri. Okay, that was funny. So yeah, right here I want to go through and I want to delete these faces. Oops. And actually, we could go through, let's do this. Let's say collapse polyloop. Okay. Collapse that. Let's come over here and say display properties. I wanna make sure that I have this shape the way that I want it. Right now, it's not quite what I want, so let's just go through. Oops. I want to delete these. Come on. There we go. That'll be better. Okay, bring that collar up. Thanks for coming in, Bella. Nice of you to drop in, and congratulations again on your new render engine. Oh, did anybody watch the stream, the team stream from Tuesday? That was a blast. That was so much fun. I was able to stream with Ana Carolina and Pablo Munoz. Both are really good friends of mine, and I'd gotten to stream with Anna a few times. But this time was the first time where we'd gotten to stream with Pablo, and that was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, now I gotta think of what I was trying to do with that. Okay, so I want to take delete edge, delete a poly. Let's take this over here. Okay, so we'll have this be our 5-point star. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to say spin. Okay, so you see now I can get that flow going on. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say, okay, split edge. So now that'll give me a little point right here. Just going to take that, move that out, which I guess technically takes our 5-pointed star, moves it over there. How can I move that back? Actually, I don't really even technically want to move it back. I want to take it, oh, I hit V on accident, and say insert. We're going to take that. We're going to say mask edge loop partial. Oops, edge loop partial. Something weird's going on. Let's see. There we go. Now I gotta bridge these together. Make sure that those are separate, separate polygroups. It'll just make some things easier down the line if they're separate polygroups. Things like, you know, assigning colors or being able to define creases and keeping forms and shapes where I want them and things like that. In fact, I want to make the collar a little bit higher. Did anybody do anything exciting over the summer? I don't know how many of you are in summer right now, or how many of you in the southern hemisphere just got out of winter. I don't know. It's but anybody do anything fun? Anybody else planning on going to the summit? Watching the sculpt off, watching the... There's all sorts of awesome things planned for the summit this year, guys. It is so cool. You have no idea how excited I am. Sadly, I think there are a couple of my friends from Europe who may not actually get to come this year, but eh. Oh, that's weird. Mirror and weld. Slide that edge. Let's do it like that so that we're able to keep it a little bit cleaner. Let's go to transparent so we can see what we're doing. Okay, now let's go through and start adding thickness. I might actually want to unweld group's border, okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and let's say extrude polygroup island. Give that some thickness. Give that some thickness. Let's go crease PG. Let's actually just go ahead and crease was thinking about doing just like either a V or an A or a U for undead. Let's see, Mask Island. There we go, that's better. Let's go ahead and do go color, fill object. Man. Oh, you know what? Let's go up here instead. Let's just say, let's take that all the way to the bottom. Let's take this all the way to the bottom, but bring it up above that. Okay. So I'm going to say group split. So that way I get the base, and then I get the collar. Now I can go ahead and I can merge that down. Okay, so now we can go ahead, let's crease that. Let's make sure that this is set to 2, dynamic turned on up to 3. That'll help it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so with this, now we can go ahead and we can say RGB color fill object. With this, in fact, here's what I'm going to do. Let's do this. Let's say polygroup, polyloop. Okay, and then we'll say polygroup, polygroup island. Not wanting to work? Come on. Let's just do that. And that. Okay, and then this and this. Let's go in here, let's insert a single edge loop. Come on, you. Let's come in here and insert a single edge loop. We'll say bevel 2 rows. Mask edge loop partial. Oh, come on, you. It's hard to select things sometimes. Okay, deformation, inflate in the negative direction. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get rid of my creasing. Why is that welding together? Wow! The nerve! Man. Okay, I'm gonna do this. We're just gonna keep them separate because it's driving me nuts how they don't seem to want to cooperate. Geometry. Crease 180, just to be able to make sure that whole thing is creased on the bottom. You see how that's nice and rounded. I don't know that that's the final look that I want to go for, but it's what I want right now. So we're gonna do that. Let's see, color fill object. Okay, let's say mask polygroup island. Let's say polyloop as well. Just select that polygroup. Now we can go over here. We can say extrude polygroup island. It's a lot chunkier than I think I like. It comes out too far. So I'm just going to kind of bring this back in. Okay, I do for sure. Let's see. Let's just say extrude polygroup island. I'm like, now it's getting a little dark in here. Alright. So we're just gonna kind of puff this out. Puff this out. Yeah, that looks better. Puff that out. Puff that out. And then we'll add in a zipper here in a minute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say insert single loop. I'm just going to add in some supporting edges here so that it keeps the shape a little bit better without being too crisp. Let me see, mask, polygroup island. let's go ahead, let's take this, we're gonna grow it once. Make that the same. Same thing, grow it once, make that the same. Let's come in here. Oh, come on, you. Sometimes that happens where it's like the where it's like the camera kind of loses control, if you will. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to take this and I want to say underneath the crease I can say bevel. I just want it to be a very little bit. Take my resolution up to 1. Now we're good. Hit X, Control Shift X, Control W, Control Shift X, Control W. Control Shift S to be able to shrink that. No, in fact, I don't even need to do that. I do, however, need to have this be included, because otherwise it's just kind of missing something, you know? Okay. And the reason I wanted to do that is so that I can go through and have, so I can go through and color half of it without having to worry about, the color bleeding over into the other side. So if I color that, you can see it keeps the separation really nicely. Otherwise, it'll get some weird gradient going into the other side. And I definitely don't want a weird gradient going into the other side. Okay, let me see. Let's come over here, do this, do that. Okay, so to be able to hold that shape, let's just go ahead and we'll add supporting edges. Insert single edge loop. Add one there, add one there, and add one. We'll add one there. Cool. I'm going to insert a couple of supporting edges in here, just so we have the same effect as we did on the collar piece. Okay. Is that all I want? Okay. So we're going to do Same thing, Control W. Now we should be good. Okay, so now that we have that, I want to let's actually take this and make it a little bit darker. Yeah, like I'm not gonna get to my scene today at all. So hopefully nobody was looking forward to it too much. Sir Zerion, good to see you. Thanks for tuning up. Tuning in. Okay, so this is what this looks like so far. Definitely super different from everything that I ever do, but you know, the idea is just to have fun, right? Okay, so let's turn this to material, color, fill object. So that way I get a nice sheen to it. This needs to not have nice sheen to it. This would be great in this material, so let's do that. Let's do that. Fill object. Fill object. Alright, let's add a big stain on his shirt. Actually, let's do a little bit of a gradient here. Let's do a little bit of a some weathering on here. Just to make him look a little bit less alive. RGB smooth. Okay, so for the shirt, let's turn to our standard brush, turn off symmetry. I'm going to take my focal shift, you know, much further into the negative side, so that way we get like a harder shape. You know what? Let's put some sort of logo on there instead, or a pattern. No, not a pattern. Let's do a logo. Let's do like a setting sun sort of thing. And hopefully having this the way that you see how the edge is kind of like blurred in kind of a graphic sort of way. Hopefully that makes it feel a little bit more like it's weathered, like it's color fill object. Oh, come on. RGB intensity all the way up. Let's do this. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's do this. Make it a little bit brighter. And then we're going to take our brush, really make it something more like that. Okay. What if I wanted to uncrease? What does that look like? It's a little bit too soft now. Okay, so instead of come on. Let's take that crease level down, take this smooth level up. Let's actually just take this like this, and we'll say extrude polyloop. Hold shift when I start doing that. Okay. Now let's say uncrease. Something like that. Let's take this jacket edge and just kind of push it around. I need to make this my document brighter again. It's making it hard to see. You see, with this I think I have auto masking on, right? Yep, I do have auto masking on. Let's just color that. Okay, let's add a zipper. Metal. Metal's probably best. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's actually go ahead and say ZModeler, and I'm going to turn this to make curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. Okay, so now let's switch over to our zipper. Wow, that's big. It's not. Not right. Not right at all. Let's take this other one. Too small. It's like I want it to be chunky, but I don't want it to be too chunky, you know? Just kind of, it's got to be chunky enough. I can just move it into place. And if it doesn't line up perfectly, you guys are the only ones that'll know. Modify topology, delete hidden. Oh, no way. So essentially, the funny at the moment is the fact that this zipper whoops. Is somehow backwards. Like it only wants to work for me backwards. And now I'm trying to decide if I like how that looks or not. I guess Letterman jackets don't have zippers. They have buttons. So instead of doing that, let's do this. Let's just go over here to this brush. We'll change our Z intensity down to something around there. See, that looks a lot better. So I want to change how much, like how embedded it is. So let's take it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to leave those the color that they are. So for these, I'm going to want them to be this color, but shiny. I want them to be, yes, let's do something like this. RGB, mRGB, color, fill object. There we go. So they get a little bit different of a material sort of look to them. Let me see, for these I want, let's just use the startup material. Color, fill object. It looks like my teeth haven't been filled with any kind of color. Let's take these, make them this material. And the other things I think can probably stay. That looks good. Cool. I think for the eyes, they probably need to be that skin shade 4 as well. I think it just makes it a little bit brighter, makes it a little bit nicer and easier to see. Let's save. Wow. Yeah, so no zipper. So what I'm wanting this to be is a Letterman jacket, which I think would be, I need to go through and add the letter. And I think after I add the letter should be good. So let's go over here. Let's say 3D text. Where's our text? Text 3D, new text. We're gonna say A for Anderson. Okay, here's what we want to do. Oh, I wish that I could get it to... What would be a good A? Definitely not Times New Roman. Not Comic Sans, so if anybody says Comic Sans, gonna bop you on the head. It's our little Harry Potter font right there. Impact. Cool, but not the look I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, does anybody know? Good serif font. You know what, I might be able to just use this and then be able to just use my Z modeler to be able to create the rest of the letter. I think that sounds good to me. Okay, extrude that. Extrude that and extrude that. want it to be that far. Let's say something like that, maybe. Not liking it. Not liking it. Say mirror and weld. Wow. Let's turn off perspective. Is this really like in the middle? It is in the middle. Modify topology, mirror and weld. Delete hidden. My goodness. Yeah, it's true. Let's open up Photoshop real quick. Hopefully we can get this tested out real quick. It's already noon. We can probably go for another few minutes, but we can't really go much longer. Okay, let me see. Let's say new. Okay, let's say size 72. And let's say A. Let me see. The nice thing here is that at least we can see what we're getting even before it shows up on the letters. Dang. Might be worth it to just model one. Yeah, let's just model one. Because this isn't working out for me. So what we're going to do is hit initialize cube. Okay, let's lengthen this out. Let's try this mirror and weld. Ah ha 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 ha. I just figured out what the problem was. I had the L symmetry turned on. Nope, never mind. Initialize cube. Lengthen that out. Geometry, mirror and weld. It's interesting how that works. Let's see. Let's just merge it. I'm not thinking clearly enough today. Man. Yeah. Lots of fonts to look through if I were to look through fonts. Okay, let me see. Delete polyloop. That'll work. Island. You know what, before I do that, let's actually come over here and we'll insert an edge right there. And an edge right there. Delete an island. Now I need to change to a single poly. Need to insert an edge root there. Say bridge two holes. Let's get rid of that edge loop. We'll just simplify it as much as humanly possible. Let's say collapse poly loop. Collapse edge, just so that we're symmetrical. Got that going on. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to say slice, let's say slice rectangle. Let's say mask that, mask that. In fact, just so that we're getting the same width here. Let's take this out. Something like that. Oops, bottom ones. Shoot. Put that about right there. Okay, same thing, we're just gonna go bridge, two polys. Let's say very slide edge. Yeah, I want to get this pulled out as well. So let's get that. Take this, pull it out to be the same. It's not working quite, so let's just go ahead, we'll do so this way I know that they're the same up and down. See, that was so much easier. So much easier than what I was trying to do at first. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say geometry. Well, let's say polygroups first. Group by normals. Okay, now we can go crease PG, and that'll keep our shapes. Let's take our creasing down to 2. We'll take our smoothing up to 3. And there. I don't like that. So what we're gonna do, let's say collapse edge. Let's do this instead. Let's say modified topology, mirror and weld. And then we can just say that. And then we can say delete. Collapse edge. Delete. Not crease, delete, please. There we go. He's such a good baby. Oh, that's odd. Let's do this. Just for the sake of being able to get rid of stuff we don't want. Okay. We'll just go ahead, we'll keep one of these. Geometry, delete hidden. Crease PG. Extrude island. Polygroups. Group by normals. And now we can go ahead and say crease PG. And now we're good. Now we're good. Finally. Alright, we're good. I'm just going to insert a couple of supporting, and maybe I won't. I would like to go through and change the topology, kind of going around that center triangle, but you know. Oh, yeah, yeah, different style there. Let's pop that on there. Now there's a really cool brush that I'll use here in a minute, if I can remember how to use it, and then I'll be done. I'll call it done for the day and done for this challenge. It is called, I'm pretty sure it's called ZBrush or something like that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've used it, so please bear with me as I dive back in. Okay, so now we have this here. Let's add in some subdivisions. Okay, so that we're good and ready to go. We got this project, ZBrush. Here we go. Oops. Is that the right one? Matchmaker. That's what it was. Okay. So now that is nicely applied for the most part to the jacket behind it. I don't know why it's not wanting to apply. In fact, let's turn off the character, because I wonder if that's maybe causing issues. Interesting. Didn't think about that. Why isn't it adding? Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's try it. Yeah, no, it's still not wanting to do it. Oh my goodness. Let's turn that head back on. Come on, you. There we go. It's like, it almost feels like you gotta get the right angle, or else it tries to what's it called? It tries to, oh, it projects based on the camera, but I guess I didn't quite have it set up right. I'm gonna do something else real quick. I want to delete hidden, and then I want to actually, let's not delete hidden. Let's go here like this. Make it a little bit smaller, something like that. I want to give it kind of like a stitching going around real quick. Real quick. Hey, side effects, how you doing? Pretty sure I have it under the IMM. Maybe I don't. Stitches. Nope, I don't have it, so I gotta like load it in now. Golly. ZBrush. Must-haves. Where's my must-haves? Brushes. Oh, I don't have it in there. Oh my gosh. Brush presets. I have a lot of different brushes. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be IMM or insert stitch or something like that. Oh my goodness. This is it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go 7. Delete lower. Delete hidden. Oh, here's what we need to do. We need to go ahead and we need to change. Where is it? It's, no, it is under stroke, right? Stroke, curve functions, curve step. There we go, 2. Just gonna like kind of fake it with these. It's like this is just intended as like a speed sculpt, so it's not really like a big deal to get it perfect right and whatnot. It's just kind of a way for me to be able to stretch some of my ideas about how to do things and whatnot. Practice certain techniques, push my design, things like that. Delete hidden. Do this, and then we'll go deformation. Oops, come on. Inflate by 1. Let's go ahead and inflate another little bit. Let's go MRGB, color, fill object. All the way, please. Color, fill object. Let's make the stitching just a little bit darker. There we go. Cool. Yep. I think that's where he'll stay. Alright. Spotlight could work. Spotlight is really good for making a whole bunch of different things, but yeah. Decided that yeah, modeling it out is kind of more in line, I think, with what I wanted to get in the end. So, you know. Anyway, that was kind of fun. I'll go through and I'll take them into Keyshot, give them a good render, and then we'll call them all done. Let's go back over, put them in the right folder. Horror. Sounds good. Alright, dude. We did it. Oh. Okay, cool guys. If any of you are interested in joining the No Spare Time design challenge, you know, feel free to drop in over on YouTube. Let's pull it up just so I can show you guys what's for this book. Okay. Nope. No spare time. Yeah. Come on. No spare time. So there you go. One person wants to join this group. All right, Timothy Lee approved. All right. So yeah, essentially this is kind of what the group is at the moment. I still need to go through and kind of figure out exactly how to get it to be what I want it to be or whatever. But yeah, we got all sorts of stuff here. So we've got, this is the end of the August theme of Midsummer Night's Horror, playing off of obviously, you know, Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. So Undead Boyfriend, yeah, kind of fits in that theme. Here's a submission from Niffer down in Tunisia. Okay. Another view of that. Okay. Speed was July's theme. Okay. And I don't know where my other post went to, but I had another one in here. Where I had posted this turtle that I had done with a rocket pack and everything. Anyway, super fun. So we got a few members on there already. If you're interested in joining, join. It's just a free time, no spare time exercise for you to be able to kind of push ideas on design and different themes. Each month, different theme. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. That's what we got. It's the end of August, so expect a new theme tomorrow or sometime soon thereafter. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. That was a ton of fun. Let's get a couple of views up here for you. Okay. Yeah, just having fun. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Probably middle of next month will be like the next stream, and then we'll be figuring out when we do the next group stream. So if you haven't seen the group stream, go check it out. It was awesome. Okay, so yeah, I will see you guys around, and have a wonderful day.